Of all those, yeah, I'm cheating. Oh, okay.
Oh, I stayed way too close there.
Oh, yo, he's actually sick, but so am I. Oh my.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's spacing. Yeah, that empty hop he did over top of my F smash was actually insane. I'm not gonna say for a single second. Like that was actually really good. It's just unfortunate that I got that parry. So if a situation like that happens to you, I would say that was a good play on my part versus a bad play on your part. So I don't think you did anything wrong there. So playing that closest one at the ledge, that was still the right thing to do. I just had a very, very fortunate sequence of events there where I got that parry.
I feel like a big problem for me is it's really hard for me to overcome muscle memory.
Okay.
Like it's a little better neutral,
Mhm.
where I feel like I can pay more attention to like what you're doing.
Mhm.
Or like if you're going for landing area, I can like try and think and like get out of the way and like F filter or something, right?
Okay.
But like I get like more, I just like submit more to my hands, I guess, whenever I'm like close to you.
Yeah, so that's where you start to fall into panic options, or also just like autopiloting for certain.
Yeah.
I guess panic option, like a checklist almost. Like, okay, I went for a forward tilt, and I miss. Automatically spot dodge. Okay, I'm gonna automatically like jump in there, or like jump away with like a back air or something like that, or I'm going to like spot dodge again or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
So
Like one thing is like so when when I'm playing somebody and they always and they land and they miss something.
mhm.
Like one of my friends, he always has this habit of like, oh, I miss, I'm gonna spot dodge, and I always fall for that. I just L through it, and like I've fallen for like hundreds of times. And I tell myself like, oh yeah, next time I'll get it, but it just never happens.
Okay, so here's what I would say with regards to if someone is spot dodging, or not even spot dodging, but we'll use that as the example. So this is where risk reward comes in for trying to call out someone's pattern. Okay, so let's just say this: if I was to, let's say, go for like forward tilt and then I spot dodge immediately, if you try and grab that out of shield, for example, it's not going to happen. There's two things that you could do. You can go for the passive route, or actually there's three, I guess. The passive route, or the ultra passive route, would be stay in shield and do nothing, but we don't really want to do that. The passive route or less passive route would be dropping shield and going for a jab and just holding jab since you have that. Or like the very aggressive route would be to go for a charged smash attack. Right, so like charging an up smash to outlast a spot dodge. So rather than trying to catch him before he spot dodges, you want to catch him after he spot dodges. That's typically what happens. Like let's say if you're trying like drop shield and forward tilt, if he's in the middle of his spot dodge, let's just say based on reaction time, you drop shield and go for your forward tilt, you just happen to miss every single time because your reaction time lines up with his panic option. And that's just what it is. If you drop shield and just hold jab, he'll never escape that situation. And as far as risk reward, let's say if he throws out, like, let's say, I don't know, forward tilt or whatever, if you know he's going to be trapped, the only thing he could do to protect himself maybe is shield. He'll never throw out something after his attack that is faster than you jabbing. If he did something that's unsafe on shield, that is. Okay? So as far as the risk for you, it's like, okay, I guess the risk would be that you're not really going to get much of a punish. You could have got something that's better than jab, right? But the reward is that you got something. Versus if you go for, like, let's say forward tilt, the risk is completely missing. The reward is it's a better punish than jab. So for me, if this is not necessarily like an autopilot thing just yet, but as far as trying to stop someone from doing their autopilot thing, you want to try and say, or you want to say to yourself, okay, if I do the same punish to them over and over again, and it is the right thing to do, eventually I can actually win because of this. So let's say you're only throwing out jab and I'm getting punished by that, even if I'm getting, like, let's say taking, I don't know, 9% or 10% from like your jab 1, 2, and 3 every single time, it's 10% that you're doing towards me versus, let's say, me getting away with something and then punishing you super hard on a gimmick. Okay?
Yeah.
And if I never adjust and I always spot dodge and I always get caught by jab, eventually I can find myself at 60 or 70% and all you did was jab. So you don't have to really reinvent the wheel there. The only thing you have to do is say, okay, you can even write it down for yourself. Say, what beats a spot dodge? The things that beat a spot dodge is either charging or delaying an attack or multi-hit attacks, typically multi-jabs, right? Since you don't have a multi-jab like this, you don't have to like spam A, you can just hold A. And as soon as he's finished his spot dodge, you'll catch him. The other option, or not other option, but like as far as, let's say, breaking your own autopilot, this is something that I've done in the past with other players, where I'll get them to write down why they do what they're doing, and then write down, I guess, the pros and cons of continuing to do that. Let's say for myself, if I were to dash back and then side B, What am I trying to accomplish with that? I'm trying to catch you for dashing in and going like this, or missing, or going like this and missing. And then once you've missed, I get my side B and I get a combo and I feel great and it's a great day. However, if you run up and you shield, what are the cons of going like this and landing on your shield? Well, I can get grabbed. You can nair at a shield. You could up smash at a shield, right? I could potentially get comboed super hard. I can get knocked off stage. I could die. As far as me getting combos, let's just say, because the reason why I'm doing this at all is not because it looks sick, but because I want to get a combo. So for me, I'd reverse engineer that and say, I don't need to go for side B to get my damage. I just have to get damage at all. Is there anything else that I could do that if you happen to go for, like let's say, run up shield, is there anything I could do that would get me a combo still? And the answer for me, let's say, is for Falco, is I can come down with like a falling upper on your shield, which is -5. You can't punish that at all as far as like immediately. If I go like this and like, let's say, dash out of the way, you can't punish that. If the other thing I could do is, if let's say I'm conditioning you with falling up air, since you're running up and shielding and you can't do anything against this, you could parry it. This is to be 100%. You could parry it to get a punish, but if you don't parry it, you can't do anything. The other thing is that if I'm setting this up and you're getting scared and you're shielding, I can abandon this and just go straight for a grab. And as far as going for a combo, I can combo off a grab or side B, or even on top of that too, is if I get a falling up air, this also combos as well too. So if I land a falling up air, I can get that into like an up tilt into like an active hop. So as far as this is something that, like, honestly, you should write it down for yourself if you genuinely do care. Let's say a panic option that you have is land on shield with fair, dash back and turn around with a forward tilt immediately. Right? Let's just say that's something that you do. So landing fair, dash away. It's like, oh shit, I landed with this and that wasn't safe. Dash away and forward tilt. Or better yet, let's just say you go like this into forward tilt immediately. The other thing you could do is say, what is the other move that I could link off of my fair as a setup, even if it's not true? And what I mean by that is forward air into forward tilt. I think it is true at like 0 or something like that. But you can also go forward tilt into grab. So if I shield your forward air, if I shield your forward air, and then I think you're going to forward tilt immediately, I'm going to stay in shield. In which case you can go forward air and then immediately go for a grab. So
yeah,
the pros of that mix-up would be, okay, I'm actually going to get something. I can get an up throw, I can get a down throw, I can get position, I can get whatever I want. If they're at a percent where you're not going to get a combo off of a grab, you can still say, well, at least if I land forward tilt on shield, like if I do forward tilt on shield, I'm going to get punished for this. But if I go for a grab instead, I might not get a combo, but at least I'm not getting hit. I'm getting something to beat this person's shield, right?
So you want to like write all that stuff down and play, like watch a game over maybe, and like write all that stuff down to your thought process and just like tackling one by one.
Yeah, and you can even write it down as simply as, I guess I'll show you as an example for myself. If I was to jump at you and go like this, I'll just jump at you and go empty hop like that. Right? What am I trying to get you to do if I just jump at you? If I go like this, I'm trying to get you to, let's say, shield or dash out of the way. Okay? So if I jump at you with, like, let's say, an empty hop into nothing, there's all kinds of things I could do for the first part of it, which is the jump, and then also as the landing. Okay? So during the jump, I could do, let's say, a rising aerial, so I can go for like a back air, and then come down. Let's say I go like, I don't know, like, or let's say, I go back air into like a forward tilt, or back air into like a turnaround grab, back air into a dash attack, back air into a side B, back air into dash away into a side B, right? Something like that. So I have all these different things off of just back air. The other thing I could do too, instead of doing rising, is I could do landing back air, right? Landing back air into up tilt, landing back air into turnaround grab, landing back air into rising down air, right? And you can do this for every single move. And I'm not saying you have to use back air specifically. For you, it might be nair or fair, right? So for you could do, like, let's say, landing fair instant dash attack, landing fair up tilt, landing fair into multi jab, landing fair into grab. And once you've written all those things out, you can write underneath or beside or whatever you want to say, okay, if I go for landing fair into dash attack, what are the pros of that? Well, for you, if you do dash attack point blank, that crosses up shield for like 10 miles. So you can get out of there basically for free. However, if you go for landing fair into dash attack on someone's shield, you didn't do any damage. So you didn't get punished, but you didn't do anything. So if you've now conditioned someone, let's say, doing landing fair into dash attack, you could go landing fair into grab. That should be the next natural progression to say, I got to get something, because they're staying in shield throughout those 2 hits at least, as far as fair into like dash attack. And this, visually seeing it or literally writing it out, it can make it so clear to you to say, okay, this is why I would do what I'm doing. There's a reason to say, okay, dash attack's not working because they're shielding, and you don't have to like think about it and like reinvent the wheel on the spot. You should just say to yourself, okay, I know what to do because I've literally written this down. I know for a fact. Obviously we know that grab beats shield, but that situation you can replicate it. You can produce that situation on purpose, or that pattern on purpose, to say, when I jump at them at fair, I'm going to pay attention to what they do out of shield. If they immediately drop shield, then you might actually catch them with an instant dash attack. Or if they roll away from you, then dash attack is the right thing to go for, because they're going to roll right into a dash attack. If you go for fair, and let's say they nair out a shield, next time what you could do is you could actually go fair into shield. And then when they nair out a shield, you can actually go for an up smash after that. So this is some theory crafting, or like, I guess, neutral staging, you could say, as far as if I do this, then you do that, and you can go back and forth saying that forever. You should know most of those interactions at least 2 or 3 layers deep. So do you know what I mean by like layers?
Yeah, you just gotta write out the flow chart. Like if this then that.
Yeah. So like if I do this on your shield and you do shield it, and then you try and go for a grab, I could spot dodge that. But then after you spot dodge, I could go for, I don't know, a jab or something like that, because I don't know, you might shield or whatever, or you might not get a chance to do something. So you can go back and forth and back and forth, and you want to try and win those situations as frequently as you possibly can, but also have a reason to do what you're doing. 100%. And here's the thing, you don't have to like go super crazy with it and make it like a super daunting task to say, after every single attack, I'm going to write all the possibilities, because even top players don't use everything that's possible within their toolkit at all times, right? It's good to have a good repertoire of things that to know that you could do, but to say you have to know the pros and cons of like jab after every move is like, okay, you don't really have to do that. But like if you have your go-tos, like let's say pivot cancel forward tilt, or landing with nair, landing with fair, instant dash attack, dash grab, or actually maybe not dash grab, but instant dash attack. If you do if you do these things, you have it to be right or wrong because someone outspaces you, or you land on their shield. How can you throw out the next move in the progression and be successful, hopefully, right? And also not become one-dimensional. So I'll say the 2 main mix-ups for Falco when he's trying to jump in on somebody is either going to be landing nair into up tilt or landing nair into grab, right? And I don't have to like demonstrate, we can just fight, right? But if I was to like, let's say, try and get something, I go for like that into that, right? That's what I want more than anything. If you happen to fall out with that air dodge, so that's another good example, is during that combo, it's not true when I go back to the ground because you air dodged out, but I can try and make a read on that. Instead of saying going for the up tilt, I can go for like a dash grab or a side B to catch your air dodge, right? That'd be changing the next link in that pattern, because going for another up tilt didn't work because he air dodged. Also, if you happen to jump there instead, then I could, like out of that combo from earlier, I could have, instead of going for an up tilt, I can go for a rising nair or a rising fair or something to try and catch you for jumping. But I have to write these things out, and I have to know these things, right? Versus just say, oh, well, he got out, so there's nothing I can do. Oh, okay. Get up attack, ledge trap, best move. Oh, my. Oh, God. I wanted to wave bounce that. Good catch. Or something like that. Even like I went for a fair, and I could have went for something else, but instead I just dumped away. I like slingshotted away, right, to keep myself safe. Falling up air into up tilt, whereas next time I go falling up air into grab, but you jumped over that. Whether or not you knew you could do that, right? Or whether or not you knew that was coming. Like I could have went for that mix-up because I landed on your shield twice like that. Falling up air into up tilt didn't work twice. So the mix-up for me would be going falling up air into like a grab, right? Or falling up air into like a multi-jab. That would also work. This could be death. It's going to jump. And air dodge, he's insane.
Oh, no.
But notice how I didn't jump and chase you, right?
Yeah.
I could be dead. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yo. Jump. Yep. Air dodge. I'm bad though. So, although I didn't actually catch the up smash, notice how that time when I up tilted you, I didn't do anything to chase you. Because every time you've jumped, you've been successful. So what I did is I went for a full hop and faked like I was going to chase you. It scared you into wasting your jump, and then you had to use your air dodge to try and get down. That would be a part of like changing the next link in that setup. To say, if I go for up tilt into up air, he's just too high. It's not going to happen. Changing up my setup to go up air into empty hop, basically do nothing, scare you, then try and catch your air dodge. I wasn't successful there specifically, but that's still a setup that's like a real thing that I could write out and say, okay, if someone can get away from my up tilt up air, what could I do to stop them or let them jump and then catch the next thing.